Back. I'm super excited to be here, and we're going to talk about tips for getting all your Christmas decor down. We've been doing that for days, it feels like, and today we finished one of our last customers that we're going to do for the year. So if I look a little glitterified, no worries. It's because I've just been taking down Christmas all day. So some tips that we really want to go over. So come on here and tell me hello. I hope somebody's watching. If you're not, tell me you're watching it on replay. I know these will be great tips for you guys. We kind of went through them as we were decorating and doing, or not decorating, tearing down the Christmas decor today. So we thought these would be great, helpful tips for you. So definitely take notes, and or you know what, we'll have these posted in the group for you. So no reason to take notes. All you get to do is sit here and watch me and talk. Okay. So the number one tip is put all ornaments in the same tote. Okay. So that's really important because when you're filling, I took a bunch of notes. So if I'm looking down, it's not because I'm not paying attention. One of the biggest things is putting all the same ornaments and ribbon and the things in the totes that you're taking down. So like I have several trees in my house, and this is really important because if you take down the ribbon, you take down all the stuff and you put it in one tote, and it's labeled living room, upstairs living room, let's just say. It really helps you the next year. So doing all these little tips that I'm telling you about, it really helps you save time, energy, and honestly, it's just so much easier when you're pulling everything out of the attic next year. So what I love to do is take every single tree and make sure your tote is big enough that you can put your picks, your ribbons, your ornaments, the topper, and even honestly, the skirt in the same tote. So that's really important one, and I love that. I do this for my customers and I do this for my own house, and it's wonderful because it takes the thought out of it. Okay. The wondering where everything is at. So if you can do that, go get you those totes and do that. Number 2, put smell goods in the storage. Okay. So this is a number thing that we do. So once you're putting all your ornaments, all your picks, all your things in there, whether you have whatever you have in there, you are wanting to definitely put smell goods. Okay. Smell goods is something like some potpourri sachets that we give you guys. Keep those, make sure that they have holes in them so the smell can get out and get trapped. You can have a smell good card. These will be coming out next year. Well, it is the next year. What am I talking about? So this year we're going to be having these in a lot of the things. And I love these. And they're actually just cards for your cars, but I love to put them in small areas like totes, in your bathrooms and things like that, in your closets. That's small areas. This one smells amazing, actually. It smells like, it's called Sun-Kissed Sandalwood. Oh my gosh, guys. This is a new smell, and you'll be seeing that soon. So those are the kind of things that you really want to do. The wonderful things that you can put in there also are like the sticks that you get for your Christmas decor, to put up in your Christmas trees. You can put those in there as well, and it'll smell everything up. And I promise you'll thank yourself for doing this, because when you open it up next year, especially with the sun coming in the summer, it is going to really smell amazing. So that's a great tip. Hang all wreaths and garlands. This is so important, guys. We went and decorated several houses this year, and people shoved them in their boxes and things like that. So one of the biggest things that we love to tell you is to hang them. If you can hang your wreaths and your garlands, it's really important. Make sure when you hang them all together, and then you put like some type of a white sheet or something over them to keep the dust off of them, because it's so important to keep them fresh looking and things like that. And you don't, when you're putting them down in a box, you're pushing them down again, and it just really, it really honestly breaks them down. So, but if you cannot hang them and that you say, Tabitha, that storage is not good, that's not going to help me, then what I recommend is definitely getting a tote by itself or just a couple garlands and putting them around. Don't like squeeze them tight or anything. Do them in an around way and then lay them in there. Once again, around and around, and make sure that you're not shoving them down and things like that, because that really helps the branches stay fluffy and stuff. And you got to remember, once the heat comes back in the summer, those will really break down. So you really want to keep that. And I love that because you're going to keep the dust off of them. So that's really good tips. Start from the top down of your house. So if you're like me and you have 3 different levels in your house, start from the very top and work your way down. Because if you're like me, when we do these, when we start taking down the trees, the garlands and all the things, you want to really start from the top down. If you start from the bottom and then go up to the top, you're going to be dragging all that mess and all the garlands, all the glitter, all the snow flock things. It's just going to keep making a mess for you. So start from the top and come all the way down and you'll be happy. Okay. Number 5, roll ribbon back. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how bad this is. So one house that we went to this year, she must have been in a really big hurry. She literally just balled up the ribbon and put it in her tote. This is so important to do, to roll it up. And I'll take a picture and show you guys to roll your ribbon back up in a roll. It takes a little bit more time. I know that if you have 3 or 4 ribbons on one tree, it takes a little bit more time, but I promise you next year you will thank yourself for doing this because it just lays out really nice. And once again, once it warms up, that ribbon kind of lays out perfectly. So if it's all rolled up, it's like having it back on the roll that it came on. And it just makes our lives much easier putting it up next year. I know these are lots of tips and things like that, but it just makes getting it out next year so much easier. Okay. Take pictures for easy reference next year. Okay, this is so important. I can't show you on my phone, but we always take pictures. And guys, listen, I know that you're saying, I don't like to have everything the same. There's ladies that's been telling me that. I know that you don't, but even if you change things up, it kind of gives you a guide. It kind of gives you a reference. And another tip, I'm going to give you this great tip. Take a picture of the stuff that you have in your room versus when you're doing this. When you're doing a transition from taking it all down to putting it all back up, you're getting your totes back out, you're getting all your things back out, you are going to thank yourself that you have some guidance. You know, just like this, for instance, if you took a picture over here of this little stuff, then you're going to be able to go reference back. Hey, this is the tree that I need. These are the little figurines that I need and all the things. So it just gives you a guide to go back and it makes things much easier and much quicker. And it just makes it go really fast. I do this for my customers and literally we can do a huge house in 3 to 4 hours with 4 or 5 of us doing this. And it's so much easier because all I can do is pull up my pictures and I'll say, oh, that goes there. This goes there. And even if you want to take more time, which that's another one, you can at least have something to reference back. Pictures are really important for all seasons. Okay. So that's really important. Have fun. That's the next one. That's what I was going to tell you. Don't think after Christmas it's like you have a deadline. You really don't for this time. You have this little time and this gap in here where literally it's cold outside. Things are really winding down for all the seasons of having these times that you have to get everything done. So take your time, have a good time, and maybe change some things up as you're getting your old, everyday things out. So have a good time with it. Donate decor. This is so important, guys, because if you're wrapping up and you're looking at your garlands and you're thinking, okay, I'm just going to use them for this year, it's really important to take inventory of what you need to get rid of and what you need to keep. Okay. Because next year you don't want to have that same old floppy little, garland that really looked kind of dirty and dingy. And you're like, why did I keep it? I'm just going to keep using it. Donate it to somebody that you can, use it or whatever. I don't really care where you do take it, but just get it out. And honestly, this is a great time to go and look when you're donating and buy, or keep an inventory. Take notes and keep an inventory if you don't want to buy it now and you couldn't find it. So then when you pull all your Christmas out next year, you'll know exactly what you need. So that's really important too. Okay. Stuff ribbon bows with tissue. Okay. So, the big pretty bows that we all make together. We've been talking about those things. Don't just lay them in there flat and let them get squished. Put tissue in between each little loop that you have so that those bows won't go flat. Okay. You'll thank yourself because it really makes that ribbon, especially when the heat comes back in, it makes those ribbons stay really pretty and fluffy. And it makes the ribbon in it or the wire in it stay really well. So you're going to thank yourself for doing that. So take a little bit of time, make sure you have some white tissue and stuff the white tissue in the bows. It just makes them look really pretty next time when you open it up. Okay. And number 10, we're storing trees upright and fluffed. Okay. I want to tell you this. I have a big attic. Most of the houses that we do have big attics and they have big storages or whatever. Whether they're in the basement, the front, on the top. But we keep all of our trees fluffed and we keep them upright. It just makes the trees last a lot longer. It makes the lights last longer. And you know what? make sure that you're also, once again, if you're doing that, kind of tie a little bit of, some type of, what am I trying to say? Sheet over it or something to keep that dust off of there, because it really helps you keep them fluffed and stuff like that. But stuffing them back in the boxes, it's going to make the legit
longevity.
Thank you. It's been a long day. Longevity go a lot longer, I promise you. Keeping them upright is best. If you can't do that, I completely understand. Just try to go with the branches. If they're laying down, don't try to keep them as close that you can as they are going in and they're wired the way they're supposed to, because it will just help the lights and the branches stay nice. Always, always, always try to make sure that you put something over them regardless, even if they're just hanging out of a box. Put something over them, because if you're like my house, they're in the attic above our garage and lots of dust and stuff like that gets on them. And it just, I don't know, it just makes them look not as fluffy and pretty the next year. So definitely do these. I hope these tips were helpful for you guys. These are things that we truly do work with these, and it keeps our Christmas decor looking beautiful all year long and for all the next season. But definitely go through there and do some inventory and do some smell goods and all the things. And I promise you, next Christmas, you will thank yourself. Like today, we just got ours done and we did a ladies, and it's going to be fabulous for next year. Okay, that is all the tips that I have. And we'll see you guys next week. We'll be posting some more tips and tricks for you guys for your home decor and how to store it in the group here. And guys, if you guys have some great tips, let me know. I'm super excited. Another little thing before we get off here is we're going to be having a member of the month, okay? So we're going to pick one of you lovely ladies to be the member of the month, and it's going to be a special month, but we're going to go more into detail of what that entails next time that we come on here. But I'm super excited, guys. This is going to be a member of the month, and we're going to showcase some different things, and we're going to show you what you get and what is offered to you being the member of the month. Okay, guys, have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.